Hey, before we get into the tier list, I just want to say Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you have a great time. When I recorded this, we were already past 200 subs, and honestly, thank you so much. I really appreciate everyone who decided to stick around, watch the videos, and support the channel. It genuinely means a lot to me. Quick disclaimer so you know what this is. This tier list is a bit outdated on paper, because the only full version available on Tier List Maker was based on patch 0.12. And this is not a meta gun tier list. There's no best in slot. This is purely my opinion on the guns and how they feel to me when I play Tarkov. If your list looks different, that's completely fair. Let's go. Alright. Today we want to do a weapon tier list. I will quickfire this so that the video is not 3 hours long. I will go over some of the guns that I have to say something about, and for other guns I will just add to the tier list and not say much about them, because either I have not played the gun enough to know a lot about them, or I just don't like them. So yeah, no reason to waste much oxygen for talking about guns I generally don't like anyway. How do we do this? We want to rename the tiers into strong, all-rounder, boring, classic, dumpster, and you. And for F, we do YouTube family friendly, this. All right, let's start. So first gun, shotgun, never used this. I don't know. Bad gun, I don't use it. The ADA is okay, some people use it. I just don't like it. It's not full auto. I would rather use an M4, so it goes into the dumpster. The whole AK-100 row is interesting because these guns used to be quite good in the sense that there were no better options in the game, so you would use these guns. Now that we have better options in the game, I would probably not use these guns. One interesting point to mention is that if you have to do a quest where you need like an AKM, the Punisher quest line comes to mind, you can use an AK-103 or 104, and I actually did that in my recent playthrough. Yeah, but all of these guns are not quite interesting, and that's why they go into the boring tier. Okay, next up we have the whole AK-74 tier. All of these guns are 545. All of these guns are not completely bad and not really good. They are just better options, especially with the release of 1.0. We have the NL545, and that's a really good gun, so I would probably never use one of these guns ever again. There's a special mention I will make, but let's first sort them in. So again, these guns are not super bad, but they don't bring anything to the table that I would highlight or that is great about them. So let's just add them to the dumpster one by one. I don't like them. Wait, this gun is different. And then we need to do this, 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 and this. So the gun that I purposely left out is the AKS-74UB. And the reason for that is that I like this gun for early game. So it's a really good early weapon. It's quite cheap. It's like 70k at Prepper level 1, I think. And you can like get good ammo for this gun by killing Tagilla or Killer. And then you can run this gun until you hit level 22 when you get better options from Jaeger level 3. So yeah, this gun is like, it's not that it's a great gun, don't get me wrong, but for the purpose of running it in early game and for the price point it sits at like 70k, it's silenced and you can just go. So for me it goes into the all-rounder tier. Next we have the AKM style weapons, and of course there are better options now, and even on this list we have better options. We would like rather use an AK-103 or AK-104 instead of any of these AKM style weapons. So basically all of these go into the dumpster, except for some which are like really bad and I don't like them at all. So this one goes in the dumpster, and these two, they are just annoying. I just add them to the EU tier. Okay, let's do a quick pistol round. So most of the pistols I just don't like, so all of these go into fuck this. And the 5.7 is the only pistol I really want to talk about. The 5.7 is a really strong pistol, and if there's ever a pistol mission I need to do, I would run a 5.7. So this is my go-to pistol. It's really good, it has a really strong caliber. So yeah, if you ever want a good solid pistol, you would choose the 5.7 and ignore mostly all of the other pistols. So let's quickly add them. The Glocks are actually quite okay, so let's add them to the dumpster. And then we have other pistols. This one, these are just not good. And then we have this one. This one, these are the starting pistols, and you will most likely see people running pistol runs with these pistols because that's what they start with. I think this one as well. And the other pistols I think are just not worth to use basically ever. I will actually add the PM pistol to classic tier as my first weapon. The reason for that is that this gun, the PM pistol, used to be the pistol used in the snowball challenge by many streamers. So this was the challenge where streamers would go on each map where there's a boss, and they would try to kill them all in a row without dying. And all of these runs started with a PM pistol, so that's why it's kind of a an interesting nostalgic pistol, and it goes into the classic tier. So do we have any other pistols left? Yeah, we do. And all of these I just don't like. I think this one is a little bit better, so it goes into the dumpster tier. And then we have this one, not good, not good. Okay, that's all of the pistols out of the way. The next thing we want to look at is SMGs. So for SMGs, we have some meme guns, and I will put them into like fuck this tier because they are meme guns. You can obviously use them. There are people who play the entire time with one of these guns, and it works fine for them. I just don't like them. So let's start with them. So the Clin, Ketter, and this Ketter, they are all go into the fuck this tier. I don't like them. Next up, we have the PP19, and it goes into the E tier. It's a little bit better in my eyes. I've used this gun in some occasions, but it's not like that is a great gun. Same goes for the MP5. Maybe it's a little bit better. I just don't like these SMGs. They are not as strong. Okay, let's do another rapid fire trash round. So this one, this one, this one, this one. They all go into the trash. Now let's look at the good one. There it is. The MP7 is one of the best SMGs in the game. I really love this gun. It's like very precise. It has 40 round max. It's like a very reliable gun. So if you ever run like a bolt action sniper as a main weapon, then you would run this as your second gun, and it's really good. So this one is one of my favorite SMGs, together with the P90. I really like this P90. Again, mainly because of the magazine size. It has like 50 round max, and I really enjoy that. And it's very like on target. You feel like it's very easy to aim these guns, in my opinion. So next up we have the AMP, and the AMP is again one of the very good guns. I think it's just a little bit worse compared to the other two because the mags are a little bit smaller. But this one is a very good budget gun, and I ran this gun a lot when I was playing PvP, because obviously I was broke, and I need to run a reliable gun. And the AK-74UB and this AMP were my standard go-to choices when I was early in the vibe and struggling for money. Okay, next up we have the Vectors, and both of the Vectors are actually really strong. I will add these into the strong tier, even though this one has quite small mags, so you need to be really careful when using a 45 Vector because you blink and the mag is empty. So this gun fires so fast that you lose track of how much ammunition you have in your magazine quite fast, but it's really strong. When you are on target, this gun shreds anything. It's so good. The 9x19 Vector is a little bit worse, but still pretty good, especially since you can run 50 round mags on it. So yeah, I would put these in strong tier as the SMG category. What do we have next? I think I will add this to SMG category. I think you cannot full auto this gun, so yeah, I don't know. For me, it's not like a machine gun in this sense, but yeah, I kind of group it with the SMGs, so it goes here. It's like a 9x19 gun, that's why. Okay, last but definitely not least is the MPX. And I have to say, I never used this gun for a very, very long time. And then last wipe, for some reason, I started using it, and I kind of liked it. It was like this moment when you have this epiphany, this gun is not bad, and I enjoyed it. It has like 41 rounds in its mag, so that's quite good. And yeah, I kind of liked it because it fires quite fast and it shreds targets really well. So yeah, let's go with all-rounder. It's like a strong mid-tier gun. So let's do some meme guns. Toss, bad gun. Grenade launcher, no one uses this. PPSH, only to hunt killer. Not a good gun. Okay, let's add two of the guns to the classic section, and the reason for that is that there was a time in Tarkov where there was a phenomenon called the Mosin Man, and it was people running just a Mosin with like a stack of ammunition in their pockets. It was like pretty funny because you had a decent chance to fight someone with your Mosin, because the ammunition, the LPS round, was buyable on Prepper level 1, together with the Mosin of course. And then you would have a decent chance to fight people in tier 5 armor. So the round had a chance to pen tier 5 armor, I should say. And I think back then the damage value was high enough of the round to one-shot thorax. So basically, you had a round that is like 43 pen or something. So one-shotting people in tier 4 armor in the thorax. And these people would win a lot of fights. So it was like kind of a meme, and it's like a very fond memory of mine that we encountered a lot of Mosin Mans, so that's why it goes into the classic tier. Another gun that goes into the classic tier for me is the MP133 shotgun. Reason for that is that there was a quest, or still is a quest, debut, and it was the first quest in the game, and you needed two of these shotguns, and before Jaeger was in the game, you actually needed to find them. So this is why they are kind of memories attached to this gun, and it goes into the classic tier. Yeah, next up we do the MDRs. So one of my favorite guns, and you probably know this if you have watched any of my other videos, is the MDR 308. It's my favorite gun, I think. It's a full auto gun, it's very decent at range, it has a strong caliber, very good velocity, very good damage, very good pen, all around a very good gun. And now with better mods for this gun, it might even rise in popularity even. I will add it to the front of the strong tier because I like it so much. On the other hand, the other MDR is not one of my favorite guns, but it's still decent. So yeah, you start with this gun when you are on the EOD edition of the game. It's okay, it's like reliable, but it's not exciting. It's like quite boring, this gun. Okay, next up, let's do a quick shotgun round. Again, I don't use shotguns very much, so take it with a grain of salt. But I think the good options I will add in this list are really good, and the other options I have no idea. They might be good, but I don't use them, so take it with a grain of salt. It's just my opinion. So the good shotguns are the KS-23. It's insanely good. It has flash ammunition. You can flash the target and then have a normal shrapnel round in the gun and kill the target in one shot. It's like really strong. The next one that is really strong as well is the Sega. I'd rather add this to all-rounder. So if you run a shotgun and you want a shotgun that is reliable and very decent in mid-range and pretty or really strong in close range, then you would run a Sega. With 20 round max, this gun is a monster. So the MP153 is an interesting gun because before the MP155, this was used for a lot of shotgun quests, and I still use it sometimes. But it's like not that it's an exciting or that it's a good gun. So let's add it to the dumpster. Next up, don't know this gun, fuck this. With all the boring shotguns done, let's look at some interesting guns. The A as well and the VSS. So these guns have a very strong caliber and they are really good. And with the addition of the SR3M, one of the best guns in the game, I still think the A as well has its place. So I will add it to the all-rounder tier. And the VSS is just a little bit worse because the modding is not as good. You cannot change like the stock and so on. So I would add it to the dumpster tier. Okay, now that we are down to the last few guns, let's do a quick sniper round, I think. So, never used this gun, I don't know, maybe it's a little bit better because it's a sniper, what can go wrong? Yeah, but I never used the T5000, so there's nothing much I can say. DVL on the other hand, really good gun, I like the silenced version, not this one. Say, I used this gun before there was the lever action, but this was my favorite gun for Shooter 1 in Heaven. And the M700 is like the best sniper in the game. You can mod it like really good with the Mod X chassis. So yeah, it's a really strong gun. Next up is the VPO 215, and it's quite an interesting gun. The reason is that it's one of the earliest snipers you can buy, and the ammunition is not that bad. So using this gun in the early game is quite strong, but it's not like it's a good gun, so it's not exciting to use it. For its caliber and for the place where you would buy it, meaning early game, this gun is actually quite good. Next up, SV98, standard sniper, nothing interesting, it's just a normal sniper gun, maybe a little bit better than the VPO, but still boring. Okay, next up we have the Ash 12, and the Ash 12 is an exciting gun. I don't use it very much because it's difficult to use, it has very high recoil and low magazine capacity, and the ammo is not easy to get by. It's a fun gun, and I think the best placement for it is the classic tier, because it's like one of these guns where you rarely see a guy use it, but when someone uses it, it's always fun, because you get like clapped in one shot from this gun, or your friend gets clapped with an Ash 12, and basically everyone is laughing and no one is mad because it's rare that you see someone run this Ash 12. Okay, next up, let's do the semi-automatic guns. The first one is the M1A, and it used to be one of the best guns in the game. Now, I don't think it's that good anymore. I even will bump it down one into boring tier. It's not as strong as it used to be. It was like really, really good back in the day. But now you have better options, so there's basically no reason to use it except for the quest. But it's not bad. It's not a bad gun. Next up is the OP-SKS, and this is one of the most used cheater guns in the game. So there were many clips of people using OP-SKSs and like dumping you with 5 headshots, stuff like that. So it's like an interesting gun because of the memories, and that's why it goes into classic tier for me. His smaller brother, the normal SKS, I think is worse, so I will put it into the dumpster tier. Not that it's a bad gun, you can still use this in the early game, but I don't like it. Next up is the Weapon Hunter, and there are just better options, so I would never use this gun. Now we have the VPOs. So both of these are interesting. They are not really good. I don't know. I'm not sure what to do with these guns, but for me, I basically would never use these guns. So that's why they go into the E tier. Now for something really exciting, the MK18. I really loved this gun when it came out. Then I played it a little bit and now I hate it. It's just very uncontrollable. Its ammunition is not easy to get. Yeah, this gun is not a good choice, but it is kind of exciting that you can one-shot people thorax with tier 6 armor, because this gun has ammunition with like 79 pen and 115 damage. And it's one of the guns mostly used for hunting the boss on Lighthouse, the Sorachi or whatever his name is. You can two-shot him with this gun in the head. So yeah, that's its use case, but there are no real-world use cases in Tarkov for this gun. You basically never use this. So let's put it into U tier. Oh, one of my favorites next, the SR25. The SR25 is a really good gun. It's reliable, it has really good ammunition, like the same caliber as the MDR. I basically use this gun whenever I don't have an MDR or I want to like hunt rogues or something. You can build it with more ergo compared to the MDR, so that's why I sometimes prefer this gun. The only downside is that it's semi-automatic. Okay, next up we have the RFB. It's basically a worse version of the SR25. So let's put this into the boring tier. Falling into the same category as the other two is the R11 or RSAS. This gun, yeah, basically a worse version of the MDR or the SR25 rather. So I think it sits just in between the RFB and the SR25. If I don't have an SR25 and I need a 308 gun, I would rather use an RSAS compared to an RFB. Okay, now we have the TX15. I never used this gun. I don't think it's bad, but it's like semi-automatic 5.56. Why would you use that? So for me, it goes into the same tier as the ADA. The SVD is interesting because you need to play this gun for one quest. I kind of hated this gun at first because it has so much kick, it's so fucking loud. Not really good ergo-wise, so it's like annoying to play this gun. But over the years, this gun grew on me a lot. So there are times I run this gun just because I want to have fun with it. Especially on labs, it's like really good. I run it with a cheap scope, the TAC 30, and it's decent. It does its job very decent, so I would put it into the all-rounder tier. Again, it's especially good as an all-rounder because it's quite decent close range and it's really good long range because it shoots like Mosin ammunition. But the SA-58 used to be one of the biggest meta guns in the game, and I used to play this every single raid with M61. But nowadays, it's just not as good. There are just better options. You can still play this gun. It's not a bad gun, but there are just better options. So I'd rather not play this gun, and that's why for me it goes into the classic tier. Okay, only 4 guns left. So RPK-16 is Killer's gun, and just for that it should go into the classic tier. But I will actually bump it up the list quite a bit because it's like not a bad gun. It's especially if you get this gun early wipe from Killer, you can run this gun the entire wipe up to like level 35 or something if you don't die. So yeah, this gun is not bad. It's a good all-rounder. The caliber you use in the MCX is like quite rare. It's quite hard to get good ammunition for this gun. The gun is not bad, but since the ammunition is not readily available, I would never use this gun. So for me, it goes into the dumpster. Last but not least, the two 5.56 guns. So the M4 definitely top tier, and the same goes for the HK. Both of these guns were meta at some point in the game. So in the past 8 years, one of these guns usually is one of the strongest choices you can pick. Currently, right now, I think the M4 is doing a pretty good job. The complete meta gun would probably be the NL545 because it can mod like an M4 and it has 545, which is like an easier to come by ammunition. But the M4 is still really strong. It's like a very good gun, especially fully modded. Like a meta M4, you can check this out in my meta guns guide. It's a really good gun. You enjoy this gun. It has 60 round max. It has good ammunition. Very good gun. The HK is similar. It just has a higher fire rate, and I think it has a little bit worse modding, but it's still a very good gun. So these two are quite interchangeable. So there you have it. That's my tier list for guns. Again, this is my own opinion. And if you look at the guns in the lower half of this tier list, basically all of these guns I never used, or rarely used, I should say. So my opinion on them is not really like a strong opinion. I don't hate them. It's just that I never used them, and I think they are not worth using because they are just better options. If one of these guns is your favorite, then please play it. It's fine. This is not like a strong meta tier list. It's more of an opinionated tier list on what I think about the guns and what I use. And if you're a complete beginner and you have no idea what you want to play, please try out a lot of guns. Really, I mean it. Please try out a lot of guns. But if you are looking for advice or clean cookie cutter guns, then I would say the best guns you can choose for cookie cutter builds is the M4, if you can fully mod it. Then probably some AK type weapon. In my case, it would be the AKS-74UB, again, if you mod it. And then while it's not on this list, but I might show a picture of it right now, the lever action is obviously one of the best additions to the game in 1.0. So if you run, or if you want to do bolt action quest, you would run this gun. You want to run the lever action. It's not on the list again, but if it were, it would probably be in a tier above strong, because it's so good. You should run this gun. And last but not least, but if you're like my friend, an SMG enjoyer, you should probably try out the Vector guns or the MP7. Those are really good guns. They are a lot of fun. If you are not progressed far enough in the game, the UMP is quite a good choice as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you agree or disagree, feel free to let me know in the comments. I'm always curious how other people experience the same weapons, especially when playstyle and preferences differ. Thanks again for all the support, and yeah, as we Germans say, guten Rutsch ins neue Jahr.